Everyone knows I'm an SFA graduate and proud of it. The Lumberjacks this year, 6-5 on the year in the Western Athletic Conference, ended the season with a nice win against conference champion Abilene Christian. And Colby Carthel, their head coach, joins us on 365 Sports with Paul Catalina, Craig Smoak, and David Smoak. Axum Jacks, Coach, how you been?
I'm doing good. Smoak, you doing all right?
I'm doing really, really well. Maybe a story that a lot of people don't know is how many elite or really good players you lost to the transfer portal and even to the league after and even during the offseason. How much of a challenge was that? And my question is not only how much that hurt you, obviously, but what does that say about you knowing how to acquire the good talent?
Well, it was a punch in the gut for our program, no doubt. We lost 7 FBS or NFL caliber players there, since the end of last year, all on defense, as a matter of fact, and had to rebuild that, but we got her done and worked through it this year and ended up, still winning the WAC Conference Champions, first championship around here in about 12 years. But it's a player's game, and we've been very fortunate to always been able to recruit some really, really good players here at SFA and back at our time at Commerce. So nothing's changed. We're still rolling them through, and they're shipping out a little sooner, I guess, this past year with the transfer portal and everything. That's college athletics these days.
So you have to learn. I mean, every coach has to learn this on the fly, but coaches at your level at SFA and what you guys have to deal with now, it's not only just, you get kids coming in, obviously, sometimes, but also now there's even more of this kid maybe was under-recruited and we're going to pluck him out of that level and pull him up. How hard has it been to adjust to the rapidly changing world of recruiting and filling your roster?
Yeah, the roster management is really, really tough. We can have 85 guys on scholarship here, and so we're coming to the turn here now. We've got 5 spots available, but we may have 13 spots available by next week, and so you just never really know. You got to be prepared in recruiting, and the unfortunate thing is just the unethical, part of our business with coaches and tampering, and having as many good players as we've had around here. It's been almost comical. These kids, and they'll show you their direct messages or their text messages they get from these big time coaches and big time programs, and there's just a blatant disregard for the rules nowadays when it comes to good players at lower levels, and they're just going to recruit them right off your campus, no matter what the rule book says.
So, Coach, what's the mood around campus after getting that win over Abilene Christian last weekend?
The Lumberjacks are fired up out here now. It was really a special day, a great day for our athletic department. We won the football championship. Our volleyball team won the WAC Championship in volleyball, punched their ticket for the NCAA tournament. Our men's basketball team had a huge win on the road up at South Dakota State. Big upset there, and so they're rolling. And it's just a good time to be a Lumberjack right now.
So we've had Casey Keeler on, and we know they're moving on to what's going to happen with them next. And I just wanted to know, what was your thoughts about, and I understood his reason, what are your thoughts about that rivalry ending with Sam Houston State?
Well, as it sits right now, I'm not upset about it. Yes, the nostalgia and the history, that stinks, but, college football is a never-changing world. And those two programs, we really haven't been the same in about 15, 20 years. They've made such a commitment to football over there. From a facility standpoint, budget standpoint, recruiting, we're not swinging the same stick anymore, and that's we're still measured at that. We've lost to them each of the past 2 years by 1 point, been right there close, but nobody cares. They just know you lost, and I wish we could have, competed against them with the same size stick and seen what happened. And so as a coach at SFA, I'm fine because I'm not going to go play an FBS school, play up a level, more scholarships, more money on a neutral site for nothing. If we want to continue the rivalry, if we can do it, they can pay us $500,000. We'll come over there to Huntsville and play and do it just like any other money game.
Do you feel like that SFA will ever step up to have that size of a stick?
I do. I think, you're going to see some pretty exciting news out of your old alma mater here in about 2 weeks. As I think, our Board of Regents is making the decision on the direction of the overall university. I think you'll see us probably join one of the major university systems in the state. And I think that'll be a shot in the arm, not just for athletics, just the university overall. And I think that's the route, the way of the future. And then, we've got some good things happening right now. Ryan Ivey, our athletic director, is doing some great things. We're winning most all our programs. And I think people are starting to get behind this program and realize, you got to support it if you want to go places. And that's been our goal all along. When we joined the WAC, even with Sam, we were going to all join the WAC and then go as a league, move up in 5 or 6 years. And, they jumped out early, had Conference USA invite, and they did what they felt they needed to do. We will do it at some point, I feel, in the future, but we'll do it as a full conference. And that way, I think you're going to see here, too, in the next few weeks, the Atlantic Sun and the WAC football conference, football playing schools kind of form their own league, and that'll bring us to nine programs, 9 like-minded programs. I don't know what the name of that league will be, but in the future, maybe sooner than later, that whole league together will make the jump to the FBS level.
Okay, I got to go back to what you said. We have seen you were at once at Texas A&M Commerce. You're talking about a system. There's only really two, A&M and UT, that seem to gobble up names of schools and in their system. SFA has avoided that because of the name, which I'm proud that I'm an SFA Stephen F. Austin alum. Is that going to be what you were talking about here?
Yes, that's exactly right. In Texas State system and the Texas Tech system, their chancellor is a lumberjack. You might have gone to school with him. So Chancellor Mitchell, so they've made a big push as well too. And again, this is all above my pay grade, but it'll be one of those 4 systems that we join. But you can sleep soundly, David, that they're not going to change the name. They're not going to change the school colors. We're still going to be lumberjacks. It's still going to be SFA.
Good.
It'll just be part of a bigger system.
Well, I just want it to be best for the university because it has lagged behind, and it's great that all this news you're telling me. I didn't know that, and that's great news. Colby Carthel, head coach at SFA, Stephen F. Austin with us on 365 Sports.
What does winning the conference title do for you as you head in the offseason, when you head into recruiting and getting in the transfer portal, when you can say, look at how we closed this season?
No, it's huge. It gives us a lot of momentum and is a big win for us and our program. Had been since 2010. They'd won a football championship around here. So, really validated that senior class that had come in, and that's 3 straight winning seasons. And we took this thing over. I was on with you guys back in 2019 as we came over there, played the Sugar Bowl bound Baylor Bears, Matt Rule, and had played 35 freshmen. We went 3-9 that year, and, we inherited a major infractions case and postseason ban, scholarship reductions, and that's what that senior class came in under, and they just worked their tail off, been punched in the gut with all that, with COVID, playing all the FBS schools we did that year, but to put together 3 straight winning seasons and cap it off with a conference championship, we're sending them out winners, and they're going to be champions for life. And as a program, it really does. It'll springboard us right into recruiting. I'd like to be in the playoffs, but we had a rough schedule. We played 3 FBS schools in our first 5 games, and we weren't ready for that. With the losses we took in the portal, it took a while to kind of get settled in and get to playing. But we did some good things this year. Carried the second longest home winning streak in the country, all the way to 13 games there. So that was a pretty cool deal. And we've been very, very fortunate. I think we're 21-5 against non-FBS opponents in the last 3 years. So we've got a lot to sell and the best days, our best days are ahead still here for SFA football.
Colby, you brought up that game at Baylor, and I remember that, and you had some of those, before you were there, those academic issues that the NCAA came down on. Matt Rule was the head coach. You're close to him. Obviously, he's now out. There are some colleges that would love him. There's even rumors about maybe even Nebraska, although there's some others out there today that maybe that's not the case. He wants to coach. He said that today on the NFL Network. I can understand that. Your thoughts about him as a college coach, if you were going to bat for him, what would you say?
Oh, man, you want to win and build a program the right way, get him there. He's ready. He's ready to roll. And it's not a matter of if, it's when, and not a matter of, it really is just going to be who's the first to the punch. Be the first one to punch and get the guy leading your program, because he does nothing but win, and he does it the right way. He treats kids right. He's great with developing talent, and he's going to do wonders at any program that's smart enough to hire him. He's one of those very, very gifted coaches that doesn't come around. A lot of guys are flash in the pan here and there. That guy's proven it at some tough places. What he did at Temple and what he did at Baylor still, and I told you this way back when 7 years ago, David, we worked camp together. I'm like, what are they doing hiring this old Yankee out here in Texas, and that sucker did nothing but just do right by Texas high school football coaches and players and built that program coming out of the, scandal that they had been in and trouble they'd been in, whatever. He just did things right. And Baylor's been able to, with Coach Aranda, continue to build on that and take that program to even bigger heights. But he's a winner any way you look at it. And I'm kind of first. I know he may disagree with me, but I'm kind of happy he's out of Carolina and going to be back in the college game because Matt Rule is good for college football.
Colby, you talked about he's a winner. You won a national championship, and you've done that, and you've now taken a program that was kind of just there, honestly. It was just kind of there, and you've turned them into those 3 consecutive winning seasons. What is next, do you think, for SFA football?
I think just continuing to build on that and continue to build a consistent winner. I love competing for championships. I love competing in the playoffs, and we've put together some really good recruiting classes. We've got great culture in our locker room. And I think, we step up the plate from a facility standpoint and support standpoint. And I think the sky's the limit for this program at the FBS level. And then hopefully that helps us, if the powers that be want to springboard into FBS football. But just, I've been blessed, the good Lord, to have a gift of built programs. And I enjoy taking programs that, I don't know why, maybe I'm crazy, but taking these sorry programs that were just some of the worst in the country at Commerce and SFA and get the right people in the building, put together a great staff and recruit great players and then just turn them loose on everybody. And we've had a lot of fun and a lot of success. And now's the kind of fun times where you can kind of enjoy the fruits of your labor and all the hard work it takes to turn programs around.
I wish you the best, man. Not just because it's my alma mater, because I've gotten to know you along the way. But yeah, SFA means a lot to me. The news about the Atlantic Sun, the news about a new system being attached to SFA, keeping the name and all of that, to me, makes me happy. Thanks for your time, Colby. Good luck.
You bet. Keep chopping wood, David. Thanks for having me on.
Colby Carthel, you could see how he could probably get a team fired up in any kind of a pregame, halftime speech or even in the meeting room. So he said that the WAC, which is like, 5 teams or so, and as Sam Houston is about to leave, is going to end up possibly combining with the Atlantic Sun and maybe at some point down the road entering FBS. And then